everybody. What was that commercial? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Well, I have a question. What would you do when you got Jen Shah? Jen Shah. When a preference is headed to prison. How about this one? This is how we're going to start it out. We'll get the fun part, then bring the other news. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Stand by Jen Shah. Doom, doom, doom. The root it all, 'cause she is a preference. But she's heading to the prison. Doom, 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 doom. Stand by Jen Shah. Doom, doom, doom. The root it all. I hope he will understand. Oh, he will, 'cause he is a black man. Doom, 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 doom. Stand by Jen Shah. Doom, doom, doom. Through it all, they say she sold millions with a telemarketing scam. Doom, 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 doom. Stand by Jen Shah. Doom, doom, doom. Even through fraud, but she's got a black man. He'll be there to hold your hand. Doom, 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 doom. Stand by Jen Shah. Is that a fraud? Yo, Jen Shah. I thought that preferences don't bring drama. I thought that's what black women do, you know? When a black man is on that come up and he's doing well, yo, Keisha Jones, girl, you can't get you a Tyrone. No. He gets a preference. And I'm quite sure, back in the day, he thought he hit the jackpot. Now, two people can just fall in love, but we cannot negate the fact that in the BC, within the black community, I don't know who didn't get the memo. It's obvious. When most black men think they've achieved something, guess what? They don't want a reminder of themselves. They don't want to procreate a mini-me. They don't mind a mini-me, but they would like for it to be light-skinned, you see? Yeah. So, let's go ahead and look at this article. As everyone knows, first she was crying. I did not do this. I did not do this. I am innocent. And I was watching someone and I was like, I hear your voice, but yo, check it. I'm sorry to say, girl, I just wasn't seeing the tears. Okay? I wasn't seeing the tears. I could hear the upset in her voice, but I wasn't seeing the tears. And everybody was like, hey, where'd she get her money? Where'd she get her money? Remember, I don't know if you guys saw the show. Let me go ahead and play this little portion where she was talking about it. She's like,
that have been alleged against me.
I'm innocent.
Real Housewife Jen Shah is in for a whole new reality. After spending more than a year proclaiming her innocence on TV for the world to see, today that all changed.
The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast member accepted a plea deal with federal prosecutors.
Wow. So yeah, this here is with the feds. Girl, I don't think I'm gonna be wearing no Gucci boots in there. And she's a fashionista. So I wanted to talk about this. Okay. Let's go ahead. So here's a picture of them here, and it's like, who is Jen Shah's husband? All about Sharif Shah. Now, Sharif, he has an accomplishments in his own right. He works as a coach, and from what I checked, he's making like $400,000 a year. And he also practiced law for 12 years. So trust me, you shouldn't be check to check. But sometimes I think people want to live above their means. And that's what I think when I see Jen Shah. Wants to live above her means. She's got to be that girl at all costs. So I'm not going to go into the entire story. Okay, this is kind of a long read, so we're not doing all that. As in any marriage, they've had their troubles. But I was thinking, okay, Last I was checking, and they're saying like maybe I can't believe it, a $9 million fine. So millions of dollars that she's being fined, and the fact that they're married. I'm not an attorney, not giving legal advice. Again, just my commentary, entertainment purposes. Well, if you're married, you're on the hook too. It's like with taxes. Did you file separately? Married filing separately? You both signed, you're on the hook too. So let's look at this. So it talks about how they met. They all met in college. They met in college. She converted to Islam. I like that outfit. That outfit is really, really cute. She converted in college. They married, and then she converted to his belief. And then they have two sons, Sharif Jr. and Omar. Okay, so again, he's done well. You practiced law for what, 12 years, and then working as a coach, making $400,000 a year. That's what I found was his reported salary. But here's the deal. Your preference is a liability. She pled guilty. Oh, she's going to prison. No doubt. She's going to prison. For how long? They're saying up to 14 years. I doubt they're going to give her 14 years, and that's a very long time. But I mean, 14 years, I doubt that they're really, really, really going to do that. But hey, he's sticking by his husband. And people have talked about that. The arrest put a strain on their marriage. They almost divorced twice. So here in this article by People, it says she's talking about her husband, and she just says, hey, Coach Shah, he's so motivational. He's so inspiring. Throughout this entire ordeal, it has brought us closer than ever, which is, it's crazy to say that, but it really has. Coach Shah and I have had our ups and downs through our marriage. There's no question in my mind, Coach Shah loves me more than anybody or anything in the world. And he's just been so supportive of me. Here it says, quote, God literally sent an angel down on earth to me in the form of Coach Shah to deal with my crazy ass, she said during an interview live appearance with Bravo. And I thought about it. I said, wow. So basically, she's getting the kind of loyalty that I see black women give black men every day of the week. No matter what they do, I'm going to stand strong for you. Getting that kind of loyalty. Oh, big time. And I just kind of wonder if the shoe was on the other foot, would she still be there? I was surprised with this happening. And I've watched the show some. I saw during the arrest period where they were in a house and they were having to move out the house. And I think the legal fees was like $2 million. $2 million. And they were having to move out the house, to downsize, to prepare for the fight. A lot of people were questioning things, her innocence. So I saw that. Then I thought, rich people, one thing they know is long live the money. They insulate themselves for protection. Have lawyers, friends that are lawyers, but they insulate themselves to protect themselves. And I thought about it. This right here, and I was like, when her assistant turned in, when the assistant pretty much stopped talking to her, and then the assistant was like, obviously going to testify against her, that was quite known. You got to know then, the sister made a deal. The sister done gave you up. It's a wrap. But she still maintained her innocence. Not a problem. My thing was, $2 million in legal fees. Are they going to file for a divorce? Because in doing so, and sometimes I'm not an attorney, I'm not sure if it's too late because they may say what happened during the marriage, so she's on the hook. But my thing was, the assistant has turned in on you. An attorney won't talk. Has its own attorney, of course, won't talk to you. The guy's giving you up. So maybe it's for appearances, but it might have been a good time to go ahead and file for divorce then, and to maybe it's too late to try and make sure that judgment, whatever the outcome was, it didn't fall on you too. Let it fall on. I mean, hit. No need of both of us going down. You understand? But he didn't. So now they're saying, I read a report, well, the judgment, they're saying it falls on both of them. And I'm not surprised. I've heard of people doing things during a divorce. So that could be a factor too. I mentioned it before in a prior video how a lady, her husband was doing, he had a job, but he was also doing some side work as a contractor. And he signed up to do a job in someone's house, got half the money. He never did. They gave him $30,000. He never did the work, took the money, took everything and got away clean, took the money and ran. So a few years later after that, they ended up getting a divorce. After the divorce with her job, I was shocked to hear that they had put, because it happened during the marriage, when they divorced, they put half that lien on her. So she had to come they just got divorced. She had a job in banking. She had to come out of $15,000 cash. She was going to lose her job in banking because of that judgment. And it happened during the marriage. Yeah. So I said, maybe it was, just too late. It was an option. But most people, they want to protect the money. So now people are still saying because she did plead guilty and it's federal, hey, should they be divorcing? So this right here, it doesn't look like they're going to be divorcing, which is, hey, that's fine. That's their issue. But you think about it, that judgment, if it's millions of dollars, it's on him too. It's on him too. So a lot of people were saying, hey, yo, check it. Here we're just talking about the divorce in season 2. And how that before, and see, he's been a practicing attorney, so I'm sure he knows friends. So maybe that wasn't an option. Maybe it wasn't going to help them. But here it says the couple has already contemplated divorce once during season 2, but they got through that rough patch when her father died. Viewers learned that Jen was severely depressed after father's death, which caused her to resent her husband for always traveling. During the season 2 premiere, Jen joked the two were in couples therapy, telling cameras, yo, no one's leaving nobody in this marriage. Before becoming a football coach, Sharif was a practicing attorney, so it is safe to assume he would know how to file for divorce. Exactly. To protect the assets. Jen was looking at possibly 30 years behind bars, but with her plea deal, the sentence may be knocked down to 14 years. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City fans are split down the middle when it comes to Coach Shah staying or leaving. Sharif is a family man, but it would be hard to wait for someone for that long, especially as it can be assumed Jen lied to him as well. Only time will tell if the two will decide to call it quits on their marriage or stick it out. Only time will tell, my darling, and I'm not wishing this on anybody. But only time will tell that he's basically ruined. Oh, yeah. This case here, if he didn't know about it, the Pebbles was lying, you're ruined. You're owing millions of dollars? They're saying federal charges? Any kind of refund or thing you may think you're going to get in taxes, you can forget about it. Any kind of land or inheritance or anything. Look what happened to Kilpatrick. And I thought about it. All you can do is lease a house. You can't buy one. You never had it paid off. They're going to be waiting for, you paid that house off. Very good. Boop. They can take it to satisfy that judgment. They're saying federal. Are you kidding? It's not state, federal. Oh, someone left him this. They can take it. I was like, wow, this girl has really gotten her family into a heck of a jam. Any investment accounts, and think they were trying to get the $2 million, which I'm assuming they did get for the attorney's fees. $2 million. That was just for the attorney fees. That's why they were packing up out that beautiful home, having to downsize. And out of all that, you already pled guilty. Girl, you should have pled guilty from the jump and spared your family, because you know darn well deep inside, you know whether you did this or not. And you wait till the last minute. You could just have made a deal, and instead of going to trial, no, I'm going to go to trial and save the money for your family. So now, his preference going to prison, being married to her, it's on you too, boo. If they're saying that there is a judgment and a fine and they're married, again, I've been checking out different articles. They're saying it's on both of them. So good luck trying to go buy a house and get it paid off. It's no use. You just might as well rent to the end. Win the lottery, they're going to be waiting on you. That's my understanding. Any money you get, I said, man, if they pay $2 million for her defense, all that money, that's money taken away from the family. And they're sure the boys are, I think one is a teenager and one is grown. But still, you think about it. I said, wow, I think he chose the wrong preference. I think she did this, obviously, in my opinion, she did this because she wanted to live a lifestyle that he couldn't afford. You know, sometimes people, oh, this is nice, you can make it. Look, 2 kids, $400,000, come on now, really? But some people, it's got to be extra. They get a little bit, and then that greed starts coming, nipping at your heels. So this here, maybe he chose the wrong preference because Jen Shah is going to prison. And the thing about it, think about it. How do you know? His career as a coach could be affected by this. What if they let him go? Then what? What's your next job going to be? You better hope and pray that career continues on. Because that does happen. Yeah, kind of bad for the school. You're a coach. They can do that. I'm not hoping that does happen. I'm just letting you know that's a possibility. This is all. I mean, it's on the news. It's everywhere. So they may say, hey, just having you affiliated here, yeah, and don't let Becky's dad need a job. Child, you might be out of luck. You might have to get your law practice going back on. But this here, maybe he chose the wrong preference. I think it's nothing but greed. I want more, I want more, I want more. And look, this one black man, you left holding the bag. They're saying millions of dollars in a judgment. And not just her. They're saying both of them. That's why I don't understand. And you're an attorney? Rich people know about money, how to preserve it. They lawyer real quick. A lot of them would have just filed for divorce. Let one of them get sick, terminally ill. I've heard of that happening. I've seen it in Palm Beach. You're not finna get out of medical business, put a medical lien on this mansion, boo-boo. They'll divorce real quick. Oh, they did get a divorce. And he signed everything over to his wife, and they'll put his shishas kind of, let's let him stay there. Child, they got a divorce because they're protecting the money. That's what they're doing. That's why. But this here, looks like the preference, it kind of went wrong. So now, yeah, even though she's obviously done this, she's made a deal, pled guilty, it's going to affect him too. So guess what? When a preference, I don't know if we need to say when the preference is going to prison, or when a preference, not the preference, brings drama to her home, about to go to prison, she faced these charges, pled guilty, it just doesn't affect her, but it affects her man, Tyrone. Boy, girl, you have really done it. This to me is just basically financial ruin. It really is. So let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And the jingle for today is Stand by Jen Shah, even through her fraud. I gotta go. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Oh my God.